Hey everyone, I'm Jasmine, aka Jazzy Jet Sets, and welcome back to my channel. And you know I'm bringing you everything expat life and traveling through the continent. I'm back with another mini travel guide, and it's for a harbor town, Cape Town, called Hout Bay. Reminder, the mini travel guides are focused on my top suggestions for certain cities, and they cover 5 topic areas. So where to stay, where to eat, historical and cultural things that you must do, other touristy things that you must do, and of course, where to catch a vibe. So don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for other cities on the continent that I'll be doing. But for now, let's jump into Hout Bay. A little more background about Hout Bay. It is south of Camps Bay, which is the main area that most people stay in when they visit Cape Town. Hout Bay is a great alternative if you want to get a little bit further out of Cape Town, but you still want to have access to everything. Okay, so where to stay in Hout Bay? When I visited Hout Bay, I actually stayed right near the harbor in an Airbnb that was to die for. It was beautiful, and it was like a 3-minute walk to the Fisherman's Harbor and to the beach, which was perfect for me. I was traveling by myself. I ordered Uber Eats, which for the most part, it was fine. Hout Bay is quite a small area, so if you don't feel like you want to stay in Hout Bay, it's actually not really necessary. You could stay in a couple of other areas that are in Cape Town and still access Hout Bay if you want to go there for a day or maybe for a couple of days. So another area you could stay in is Llandudno. That's one of my favorite areas to stay in Cape Town. It's about 10 minutes from Hout Bay, and it's one of the more modern and fancy areas, beach areas in Cape Town. And then of course you can always stay at Camps Bay. Camps Bay is 20 minutes from Hout Bay, so again, it's pretty convenient. If you feel like you still want to stay like closer and more near to the city center, you can still stay in Camps Bay and still make a day trip or a weekend trip to Hout Bay if you want. All right, everyone's favorite topic, where to eat. For coffee, the main and I think probably most popular place to go to in Hout Bay is Hout Bay Coffee. I went for a little breakfast snack and coffee, and it was such a nice vibe. It was very peaceful, very nature vibes. If you want to try a coffee shop, it's definitely worth venturing off to Hout Bay Coffee, and make sure you explore the area around it. It was a lot of nice shops in that area. Okay, so let's jump right into lunch, dinner, brunch, and start with La Parada in Hout Bay. They have a DJ on Sundays. I got there quite early, and I was leaving around this time, and when I tell you the line was wrapped around the corner with millions, it was quite a sight to see, so apparently it's popping. Their food was definitely good, and they had a great wine list. The Dunes Beach Bar, by far one of my favorite places to eat in Hout Bay. The food was amazing. The view was amazing because it's right on the beach. You definitely have to get lunch or dinner at Dunes Beach Bar while you're there, but you need to make sure that you make a reservation because it is quite popular. This one is called Cheyne, I believe. This was such a cute vibe. The food was amazing. They had the best drinks. And I had a great time here, and the staff was really helpful and attentive as well. Definitely try this place if you were in the Hout Bay area. And of course, last but not least, we have Chapman's Peak Hotel, which is another great spot for lunch or dinner. It's actually Chapman's Peak Hotel, and there's a great view of the beach right across the street. I would say that they definitely had the best calamari. So if you go to Chapman's Peak Hotel, you have to try the calamari. Most of these will be cultural things, and we will start with the Bay Harbour Market. If you're in Hout Bay on a Friday, you have to go to Bay Harbour Market. This market has tons of food, tons of vendors, tons of drinks, and live music. I saw a lot of live performances when I went there, and it's definitely a place that you can visit for food, but also for a vibe. So this actually doubles as a vibe as well. Another place you want to try is the Hout Bay Marina and do one of those seal cruises. That was by far one of the best parts of my trip as well. It was a great boat ride and the seals really show off. Definitely one of the things to do if you're visiting Hout Bay. If you're into art, the Sembach Gallery is another good place to stop by while you're in Hout Bay. What makes it really good is that it's actually located next to Bay Harbour Market. So if you go to one, you can go to the other. Last but not least, where to catch a vibe in Hout Bay. So as I mentioned before, the Bay Harbour Market on a Friday is a great place to catch a vibe. On Sundays, La Parada is a great place to catch a vibe. But other than that, if you are really trying to party hard, my suggestion would be go to Cape Town. Go to Central Cape Town, go to the city center and party where you know you're supposed to be, near Long Street, etc., etc. And if you don't know where you're supposed to go in Cape Town, subscribe to my channel so that you can get the mini travel guide for Cape Town when it drops. But yes, that wraps up our mini travel guide for Hout Bay. It was short and sweet. Hout Bay is a pretty small town, but let me know if there are any places that I missed or if there are any other cities that you'd like me to cover as well.